All right, you guys, so I'm back. Yep, and while I was gone, I missed my 7 and 8 week update. You know what's hilarious is that I realized when I was pregnant with Sophie that Kyle and I were gone during my, from like 8 to 10 weeks. I was gone a lot longer because we were in Egypt, and I was like, why do we keep traveling when I'm in my first trimester? That's not cool. So, but anyway, so it's funny, I seem to travel in the first trimester, but yeah, hey everybody. So I kind of kept, I would kind of Twitter via my iPod Touch every once in a while, but pretty much otherwise was totally out of the loop. I didn't watch any vlogs. I am one of the only people in the world that does not have the internet on their phone. Although I'm getting it because my phone plan expires or it's up in January, so I'm gonna upgrade everything. But so that's why I only somewhat stay in contact whenever I'm away, because, you know, whatever. But I do have my iPod, and I can get online with it whenever there's Wi-Fi. And I have my Nook, and I can get online with it when there's Wi-Fi. And the Nook's a book, like a Kindle, you know. But anyway, so, but if you guys follow my Twitter, that updates to Facebook too, you know that I have been, like, just so sick. It is so true that every pregnancy is totally different, because it's just not like this with Sophia at all. Like, at all. It's driving me insane. And I have a prescription for, like, looking to see if I can see the name of it. I don't know. It's something that starts with a Z. I'll, like, write it down here, but it's not really helping. Like, I don't feel like it helps. Like, when I take it, I feel like it kind of takes the edge off, but it doesn't do as well as I'd hoped. I think I've heard that some people at, like, work did magic, but it didn't for me. So anyway, I just, every day it's like I feel like bleh. And it's so annoying because I feel like there's no end in sight. I just want to wake up one day and be like, oh, I feel totally normal again, maybe more hungry, like whatever, like I did with Sophie. So so I'm trying to think back to the 7th week was really nauseous, just lots of morning sickness, but not overly tired. That hadn't kicked in yet. And then the past week up to week 8, still a lot of morning sickness or all day sickness, whatever. Not as bad as the week before, but still pretty bad, and not crazy tired, but you know, meh. And I'm definitely sore in the chest area. And I apologize for the TMI for any guys that might watch, but ladies, as you might know, whenever you are, and I'm sure the guys figure it out too because they're not blind, but you know, your chest grows when you're pregnant, and I already have a substantially I'm already blessed in the chest area. I always wear like these undershirt cami things, because I swear every shirt, if I didn't wear them, I'd just be like, hello. So, but needless to say, it's worse. So, but I still have all my pregnancy, bras from when I was pregnant with Sophie. So I just like grabbed them, you know, and they're bigger. I normally wear, before Sophie, I was a 36C, but I was a very full C. Kind of borderline bigger. But if I, you know, here's a trick I learned at Victoria's Secrets. They told me that if you can't find your bra size, sometimes if you, for example, if you are a, you know, a 34C, you could get a 36B, and depending on the shape of the cup, that'll like actually fit you too. It's kind of like a little trick they said they use sometimes, but it all depends on the shape of the cup. So that's one thing that I try to utilize, so that if it's like a full cup, I can just get like a 38C and it'll help fit. But otherwise, I just, yeah, like I said, even pre-pregnancy, whatever, I was, you know, substantial anyway. So so when I'm pregnant, it's just like, woo. And nursing did not, a lot of my friends, my mother did the same thing. They said after they nursed, even friends of mine who said they only nursed for like 2 months, they said that so many people have said that their breasts were smaller after the fact. Mine were not. at all. Mine went back to exactly how they were. Now, they were bigger while I was nursing, but after I was done nursing, like, they didn't do, I mean, maybe they're not as perky as they used to be, but nope, they're still full. So yeah, so anyway, that's happening. So they're kind of like all up in my business again, and sore, and every time Sophie like crawls on me or hugs me, I'm like, ah, but oh well, that doesn't bother me at all. I don't even care about that symptom. It's like, no big deal. This past week, I've also, the tiredness, it has happened. Oh my gosh, I'm like fatigued. Last night, I was like an old lady, and I went to bed at like 9 or earlier, and I woke up this morning at like 7:30, and I was like, ugh, like I felt like a zombie. I was exhausted. And I did, in my defense, I had to get up during the night to pee like 8 times. That's ridiculous. And what's hilarious is that I'll go pee, and I'll pee so much, and I'm like, where is that even coming from? I just went pee an hour ago, and I peed just as much, and I have not drank anything. What is happening? So anyway, I looked up the whole peeing thing, because I totally get it that you pee more in your 3rd trimester, because hello, the baby's like, I'm sitting on your bladder. But really, 1st trimester, what's going on? So I looked it up, and they said that basically your increased blood flow and blah, 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 and your kidneys and your bladder and everything actually starts functioning really, really well. So you become basically this highly functioning, disposal machine. Like, it just filters everything through really quickly. So everything is more efficient. And then in addition, even though you're not really showing yet and blah, 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 your uterus is still getting bigger, and it kind of pokes into your bladder. And then what happens is in your 2nd trimester, your uterus starts to poke out. So it relieves some, even though your uterus is bigger in the 2nd trimester than it is during the 1st, the position of it relieves some of the pressure that's on your bladder. And then of course in the later 2nd trimester, 3rd trimester, it's so big that it's hitting your bladder and it's poking out. So that's what goes on in your 1st trimester, if anybody was wondering. Because I don't like peeing all the time, especially when I didn't drink anything. And I'm like, really, really, body? So, and then if I do drink something, I'll forget it. When we were on our vacation in the morning, I usually never drink juice because I don't like to waste my calories on drinking things. I just feel like I waste my calories. And so, but on the trip, I was drinking orange juice in the morning because we just weren't eating that healthy. So I was like, well, I should probably at least drink some orange juice and get some vitamin C. Because you know how it is when you're on vacation and you totally just eat like blech. So that was me. I was just like, haha, bad food. So I was drinking orange juice, and without fail, I would drink orange juice, and literally I'd have to go pee like half an hour later, and I would go pee, and then I swear like 10 minutes later I'd be like, oh my gosh, I have to go pee again. And I would go a lot, so it wasn't even just in my head. And Kyle was just like, all right then, but we managed. It was fine. So, what else? I wouldn't say that my appetite has increased in the... Oh, sorry, someone was honking their horn, and Jack's all like, what? Someone's honking a horn on my street? I won't have it? It's funny how, like, protective dogs get. Oh, I just turned and looked at the TV, and there's a tiny newborn baby on TLC. So anyway, my hunger, it's not like I'm like, oh, I can eat a house. But what happens is, like, like I said in my 6-week update, I'm either, like, not hungry or I am starving. And I can tell that my blood sugar gets low because I will literally be shaky. Like, today, I got up and I had just, like, whole grain toast because that was all I could stomach. So I didn't have any protein or anything like that, which I should have, but I didn't. But trust me, sometimes it's better just to eat what you can than to eat what you should and then throw it up. So that's my theory. That's my motto, at least. So anyway, but after a little gym, we had to run to the grocery store, and I was like shaking. I was just like shaking because I was so just out of fuel, and it was weird. Oh, let's see. So yeah, I just have to eat often. However, eating often does not help my morning sickness. That's totally cool. Like, that's fine. I didn't want to feel normal or anything. So I cannot wait for this morning sickness to go away. I just want it to just go away. It's so annoying. I mean, I'll take it because I want the baby, but really. So speaking of the baby, had an ultrasound. Woo! So I am now, my due date is July 22nd, so I think my updates will now be on Fridays instead of they were on Sundays, and obviously this one's delayed because I was gone. And so I was really close. I said I thought my due date based on ovulation should be the 24th, and it's the 22nd, so yay me. I was pretty on the nose with that. So yeah, 22nd, you guys, that's the due date. That is the birthday of one of my friends on here, so of her daughter, so I thought that was really cool. Okay. Yep, and the baby was great. It was hard to see. Those of you who have followed me or are friends with me, you know, with I have they call it a backwards uterus or a tilted uterus or whatever. It just, I don't know. Go watch my 6-week vlog, pregnant with the first with Sophie, because I explained it there. But anyway, I thought that like when you had that, it would just after you have your first kid, it goes back to normal. But apparently it doesn't. It goes backwards again because the lady was trying to do the ultrasound, and I was far enough along that where she didn't need to do an internal one. But she was like, "Oh, I'm having trouble because your uterus tilts to the back," and I was like, "Oh, did that with Sophie." So she couldn't really get good images, and it wasn't because I wasn't far enough along. It was just because of the position of my uterus. But regardless, everything is awesome. I don't know what the heart rate was. I didn't ask, but she said it was great. So, and like I said, the picture wasn't very detailed. By 12 weeks, my uterus will pop forward and be like everybody else's. It'll be normal again, because that's what happens when you have a tilted uterus. So then I'll start seeing the baby like normal. But right now, it's almost like it's kind of hides itself. And drinking water to help make your bladder full actually makes it worse instead of helping. Whenever you have a normal position uterus, drinking water in the early trimester can help you see the baby better. But with my situation, it actually, a full bladder actually pushes the uterus into an even more harder position to see. So, which I didn't know until I went in there and she was like, "Oh, drinking all that water actually made things worse." And I was like, "Oh." So yeah, so all that's good. I think that's it. Yep, just crazy awful morning sickness, fatigue setting in, sore, enlarged, Playboy-esque bosoms that I'm covering with my camis. Let's see what else. Oh, I gained some weight. I've gained like 2.5 pounds, but that has nothing to do with the baby. That has to do with me eating like blah when we were on vacation. So I need to drop those 2.5 pounds because they have nothing to do with the baby. They have to do with me being a fatty and stuff in my face. Although what's so annoying is that nothing ever sounds good to me, but I have to eat. And then when I eat, I just feel worse. I feel better. I don't have the shakes anymore, but I don't feel good. And it's such an annoying position to be in. I don't know. I was so lucky with Sophie. I had no idea how lucky I was. Besides that, yeah. Alright, so I think that's it, you guys. I did not take a belly shot today. So I guess Kyle can take it for me when he gets home, but it'll probably look huge because I've been eating all day. So I don't know. I'll figure that out. And that's it for now. I rambled on a lot, but it was a big update, you guys. Lots of stuff. So yeah. So I should be 9 weeks on Friday. I'll start trying to do my updates then. That's it. I think that's all. And if I missed anything awesome while I was gone, because I didn't watch anything on YouTube at all, I didn't even look at YouTube, tell me, because I don't want to miss out because I was gone. So, okay, that's it. Bye, guys.